Hi everybody, Hania here to present you the board summary for January 6th, which was our first meeting of 2020. It was a very long meeting. I want to thank everybody that came and stayed and everybody that came and participated. We were there until 11 o'clock Monday evening. There was a lot to discuss and a lot to listen to in regards to specifically the information agenda items. First, I want to thank the JROTC that came. They're from Webster High School, and under the leadership of Chief Warrant Officer Second Class Phyllis Mabry, they did an excellent job, and it was a first for me. The way that they were dressed with very shiny helmets, that was the first time for me to see cadets dressed that way, and you guys looked stellar. So thank you so much for coming. Then on to the consent and the action agenda items. Remember that those are the agenda items that we actually vote on. They're presented at a previous time as an information agenda item, and so that's when we would discuss and have a full presentation of each item. So this Monday, our consent agenda items were approved as they were listed, and that included approving various field trips and the bonus for the National Board Certified Teachers and Librarians through the funds that are specific for that bonus through the Oklahoma State Department of Education. And these are teachers and librarians that had to do several extra tasks to be able to be certified nationally, which is a great privilege. It's a lot of hard work, but it's worth it. So it's good that they get to receive their bonus this year. Then on to the action agenda item. The ones that were listed were approved as listed, and that included the Booker T. Washington High School, approving them to use their activity fund to pay College Board for their AP exams. And we also had 3 items regarding the sales of the next bond, and all the items were on the information agenda again from the last board meeting in December of 2019. On to the information agenda items. There are many of them, so I'll try to cover all of them as best as possible and as quickly as possible. Remember that we did not vote on these. These are still pending board approval, and it will happen. We will be able to vote on them in the next board meeting. In the meantime, we still have about a week, so if you have any questions, comments, or suggestions, please message me, and I will try to get answers to your questions and listen intently to your comments. So the first one is to approve an agreement to allow AHA to host an art exhibition for the art students at Phoenix Rising. Then enter into an agreement with Picture Perfect Mirror Photo Booth for Booker T. Washington's senior prom that is scheduled to be on April 4th. The next one, which we had some comment on, was to enter into a contract with Stress Free Schools to continue the Transcendental Meditation Program as part of a Quiet Time program to 240 students and 20 faculty and staff members at Nathan Hale High School. Then enter into a parking lot lease agreement with Bama Companies so that we can use, the district can use their parking lot as overflow when the parking at Wilson Teaching and Learning Academy is full. The next agenda item is to enter into a contract with the MAND system, MANDT system, to train and certify employees in the Exceptional Student Support Team. I was informed that this would be to at least one person in each school. Some schools, depending on the leadership in that school and the need to have several MAND certified staff members, may include more. The next item is submit a 3-year district-wide waiver to the Office of Standard 7 to allow the district to take highly qualified teachers and assist them through the library media specialist program so they can be certified, since we are also there's a shortage in teachers or librarians, certified librarians in the state. The next one is to approve revisions to policy 4102 so that we can make sure that we're aligned to federal and state guidelines regarding the criminal records searches. The next item was to approve sanctioning several PTAs and booster clubs located or from Clinton West, Hamilton, and Springfield Elementaries, and Edison and Booker T. Washington. We also had various recommendations regarding the new elevator at Hale High School. Then we had a recommendation to approve a contract with the City of Tulsa for the sewer at Rogers College Junior and High School Stadium, the new stadium that's going to be built. Then we had 2 recommendations regarding the school calendar. One, to calculate the year in hours, and the next one is to approve the next school year's calendar, with which, if approved, would have an August 19 start date and would follow what we had thus far this year of having 1 full week in fall break and then a full week in Thanksgiving. We did request some data to support that that attendance actually was increased due to those 2 long breaks. The next item is actually several items. Our recommendations about creating more consistency in grade configurations across the district. And the recommendations are for these elementary schools to go from pre-K 6 to become pre-K 5th. And these are Burroughs, Emerson, Academy Central, Wayman, Teasdale, Key, Marshall, Sauk, and Sequoia. And then recommendations so that the following junior highs would become middle school so that they could include 6th grade. And that would affect Central, Memorial, and Rogers. The next item is to approve Greenwood Leadership Academy to serve all pre-K through 5th students at the Academy Central facility. We did have a lot of discussion around this one also. The next one that I'm covering is to close the recommendation to close Wright Elementary School and have those students attend either Elliott or Patrick Henry, depending on where they live. They did state that the deaf ed program would go as a whole to Patrick Henry Elementary, and that includes all students and their siblings, plus the program's staff. And there are kids that are on a transfer list, and we're trying to verify whether the kids that are at Wright on a transfer list, if they would also get priority transfer to either Patrick Henry or Elliott, or to any school that they so choose. The next one is to close Grimes Elementary and to have those students attend Carnegie and Key, or Carnegie or Key. The next is to close Jones Elementary, and those students would then attend MacArthur, Lindbergh, or Bell. The next one is to discuss and adopt the last one, I believe it's the last one, it was to discuss and adopt the 2020-2021 staffing plan that would then help provide the necessary instructional, administrative, and support staff in all of our schools, and more flexibility. It would be based on allocations that are based on the total enrollment of the school instead of enrollment per grade level, which then grants some flexibility to the school administrators to decide what is best and needed or necessary at their schools to better serve their kids. Um, that was the last item that we had, and I try to do this as quickly as possible. Um, I want to thank the district for canceling the expo today, um, because the winter storm actually came when it would have been in the midst of everything, and we want to make sure that you guys, families and students, are safe when traveling, specifically to events that are district sponsored. The next board meeting will be January 21st at 6:30, and January 21st is not a Monday. That it's the Tuesday following Martin Luther King Day. So please, 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 if you're interested in any of the items that I provided in this summary and have questions, suggestions, comments, what have you, please, please send me a Facebook message through Messenger, and I will try to reply to you as quickly as possible. In the meantime, have a great rest of your weekend, and I hope that your kids have an amazing week of school next week. Talk to you guys later. Stay safe.